was closer.
Quick. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Let's start over again. I was on mute. Ay. Forgot about that. Welcome again. Thank you. This is Jason the Nice One, and welcome to the channel. And I'm very glad that you're here. I recognize all of you in the chat, and welcome those that are in the chat, and an instant replay. And I'm going to go ahead, because we have limited time, I'm going to bring on our guests and get going here. So you know them, you love them both. Will you please welcome my dear friends, Knight from the Night Watch Zone and Craven from Craven Something Scary. Hey, guys.
Hey,
Congratulations, buddy.
Oh,
yeah,
thank
big
you.
congrats.
Oh, thank you so much for being here. I'm glad that you're here. I'm honored that you guys are coming. Glad that you're here. Awesome.
Yeah, man. Triple digits, dude. That's the,
Oh, man.
we broke new ground. That's and it's upward and onward from here.
That's right.
That's amazing. I've already noticed and realized figured that. Of course, that was a milestone for YouTube. I'm already starting noticing that stuff's going out, being advertised more out.
Mm-hmm.
I've been getting a few subscribers that are totally brand new.
Yeah.
I've never even seen, so and all that. So I've got 101 right now. So we're getting there.
Yeah.
Keep going and everything and all that. So it's I can't believe I was on mute. Oops.
It happens.
It definitely happens. I've been there.
Oh my gosh.
Some of my best intros have never been heard.
That's right. Yes. I was just thinking that too. Hey, look, it's always good to have people in the backstage. Are like, bro, you're on mute. You're on mute.
Yep.
You're on mute. You
Yeah.
know?
That's right.
I just see that. Oh my gosh. This is so funny.
Roll the live streaming, bro. This is it.
Yeah.
And if there's not a mistake happening, then you're not doing it right.
Yeah,
right.
That's for sure. I'm going to share one a little bit. There were so many I couldn't cut. I couldn't get permission for one. I didn't want to show his without his permission. And got one I tried to cut everything together. And it's like, it takes too long. But I've got one that's right at the beginning, and I'll share that in a little bit here. It's probably my favorite of the whole year. It was hysterical. One of those mistakes that you're just like, whoopsie. And it was really quite funny. But just to real quickly, Caesar's in the chat, to welcome those in the chat. I've already said hi to some of them earlier. Let me just real quick here and keep looking here to scroll. This scrolling sometimes drives me crazy. And we've got, of course, the General in the chat. Welcome, Val.
Hey, Val.
Hey, Val.
So thank you for being here, and hope you're feeling better. And all that. It's so great to have you here with us. And then also we have Jerry Wilson. Thank you for joining us. It's so nice to have you here. And sorry, earlier this morning on my reviews. And so that was really great. And thank you for being here. And then also we've got look here. Also, and Sarah Campbell. Great to have you, Sarah. Glad to see you. I love you.
Hey, Sarah.
Hey.
I know it's late for you. And then, of course, my cohort, partner in crime, Carrie from Katie from Carrie. I'm doing it. Katie from Pop Up the Popcorn. Just to mention her, we're both trying to collaborate right now really quickly on a K&J Reviews channel. We're putting it on hold right now, unfortunately, because Kyle our partner is not here. We're praying for him and hope he gets well soon. And
absolutely.
It's just so hard. It's so hard to have him not with us, but we'll be there soon. Hopefully he'll be home soon and being able to recuperate and get back on. I do have both their links in the description, both Katie's and Kyle's websites, and also as well as your channels. all that. Thank you for being here so much. And you guys
I
have
appreciate
been there for me, and I've appreciated it so much. You've mentored me and encouraged me. I wouldn't be doing this without your encouragement. I just wouldn't have. I was just sat in the background. So glad I found you guys. And oh my gosh, it's
Awesome. You're more than welcome, my friend.
And then, of
Absolutely.
course, Pat Master, welcome. I'm glad to see you here. I've been seeing you in a while. Glad to have you here. Thanks for joining. And we'll go back here. And then, of course, Eric from Two Boys and the Scary Pops, welcome. Thanks so much for coming.
Hey.
Well as an American Turkey Burger. How to see you. He was with me the other night on a watch party for E.T. That was a lot of fun. Haven't seen that in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me neither.
Same.
Oh my gosh. And Mayanne, welcome. Thanks for coming in. And so thanks for joining. I love you so much, Mayanne. He's one of the great moderators we have on out here. And thank you, Mayanne. I sure appreciate that. It's been to get to what we got there. And I think that's everybody. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just get really quick as well. Just make sure that you have, if you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. That helps the channel out a lot, and it keeps it. Let's get advertised more out there. And also, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That also helps. Gets the channel out there. It really helps, and it's a free way to help the channel, no cost at all. For those of you that are interested, I do have a Patreon for this channel. You can read this description. The link is in the description below here, and go ahead and just click on that, and you can view all the different levels of membership if you're interested. The lowest, the most inexpensive level carries 98% of all of the benefits of the channel, and that is basically less than a cup of coffee per month. So that's a great deal if you want to do that. As well as we do have super chats available. You can do it during the chat. That does you can do that for any amount. You can do that through Venmo. That's also this handle is in the description below as well. I hope to have soon have that on PayPal as well. And you can do that any chance, any amount you want. You're welcome, and we'll go ahead and put your comments above or questions. We'll be doing a discussion tonight, just some fun theory talk and some fun questions you may want to ask either any of us about what stuff that's going on. And you can do that. But also to remind you, because of what Kyle's situation is, from this point forward until further announced, all the funds raised by both Super Chats as well as Patreon memberships will be going directly to Kyle to help him when he does get home. We're praying that he gets home soon. He's going to be recovering for quite a while. He's going to be out of work, and he's going to need a lot of help. So please make sure that you help. That'll help him as well. And so we're working for that as well. And then also, if you happen to, you can do Super Chats at any time. If those of you that are in the replay, watching this in replay, you just go ahead and send it whenever you like. And if you want a question, if you weren't able to be here live, you can ask a question, send it to me via Facebook or Instagram. You can see the links in below, as well as you can send it to my email. The email for this channel is all lowercase jasontheniceone@gmail.com. And I'll answer those questions back for her. Or if you want to send a message to Kyle, I'll get those to him as well. I think that's everything. Okay, got everything on that block. And see if anybody's also. Oh, and I've heard before I forget. Thank you, Marquette Dad, for dropping by. I so appreciate you coming, and thank you for the best wishes. It was, gosh almighty, it was just amazing. We had a great time on he was my very first moderator for our new series JTN's retrospectives, and we did a thing on John Carpenter. And watched The Fog, which was a lot of fun. I love that movie. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
I think one of his underrated classics.
Yeah, man.
Agreed.
And I think that's everything. Yep. I also wanted to real quickly, we could start answering some questions, some theories that you have. I wanted to look. There's one chat. We could do a question real quick that 2 Boys and a Scary Pop said. You can all answer this if you like. It says, Jason, if you could do a weekend overnight stay in a movie horror house from the 80s, and you can bring Night and Craven, where would you take them? Ooh, that's an interesting one. Try the 80s. Oh my gosh. From the 80s, I would probably. I would love to stay at the grandpa's house in Lost Boys.
That's a good one.
There you go.
Fight the vampires. What the hey? I love that.
That's a good one.
I was afraid you were going to take us to the Amityville house, or I'm like, dude, or
no.
Because it even said 80s or before. I'm like, don't take us. Look, I live in Texas, but don't take me to the massacre house with Leatherface's house, dude. I couldn't handle that, bro.
Right?
Woo!
Yeah, that would be a little scary, man.
That really scared the crap out of me when I first
Imagine
saw
spending the night in that house. Oh my gosh.
That's right.
Amityville, no, excuse me. When it comes to paranormal, been there, done that, bought all the T-shirts. Thank you, no.
Yeah, no.
I've experienced that personally. No.
Yep.
I told them my experience when I had that. I just told people that's the closest I ever want to get to hell. Thank you.
Yep. Facts.
That's right.
No way. And let me think. There's another question real quick if I can. What house was that from the watch party months ago? I'm trying to think what. Good gracious, let me think. I think the last one we had a house was. I think it might have been Burnt Offerings. I think it was that. I think that was. It was Burnt Offerings. That was a scary movie. That house.
I don't think I ever saw that.
I haven't seen that one in a while. I should revisit that one.
That's an interesting one. So that's with Betty Davis and Oliver Reed. Oh yeah, it's a great one. And I also found out that the exterior of that house was the exterior for. I'm doing great. Great! I'm doing great tonight. My memory. The Phantasm.
Oh, okay. Nice.
That was the exterior one. I didn't even realize it. Same. Sitting on
that
that.
is
That's
cool.
Interesting. It's a really neat thing. So that's really. Oh my gosh! I'll tell you, it's really amazing to me. But let me think. Okay, I think that's all the questions so far. You know, I have some new toys, which somebody else share everybody later. So I'll have kind of fun with those. But maybe I'll have fun with those just now. One question I've been asked and never answered what I thought about the whole thing with Scream. You know, the whole thing was right before with the Melissa Bird. I kept silent. I really didn't care. But I really didn't want to. I was just so upset about that stuff. I was like, what is going on? Yeah, I couldn't. But finally, I said, I can go ahead and put out in the universe, get rid of it. So this basically, in a short, small way, what I felt about that. Oh, Mommy, please throw a penny at it and make it stop.
Wow. What's happening? Dang. That's awesome.
Okay, got it out.
Oh, that's great.
That was.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I think I had a chat with something on Facebook or something with Val or something. I can't remember what it was, whatever. And she was asking about that. And I have a little Facebook has your little avatars. And mine had one with him sitting there twirling around like a ballerina that says, I don't care, I don't care. Yeah, that's me.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, I was glad that that's over and now I can feel better about what's going on. Oh my gosh, I'm still convinced. I'm probably wrong, but I'm still convinced what happened was, I think after all that happened, I think may not have happened this way, but I think it happens. I think Kevin Williamson bought out what's his name's the producer's share. He'd had it. That way, that gave him the ability to, might have been maybe the ability to give the courage for the board to say, okay, go over there, sit down, play with your toys, and maybe if it's just a sex, you'll get a paycheck. That's what I like to think.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah.
That we would never know. And then, of course, that's why we have it now. I think I'm convinced, like you, Steve, I think he'll bring back, I hope he'll bring back all the original crew because they
that would be great.
Feel.
Mm-hmm.
You would think that would be you would think that would be something that at least has gone around in the thought process, just to kind of have the people that the people that you trust, and the people that have made those older movies so amazing,
Amazing. Oh yeah, to bring that back, and also hoping to bring back those different all that. So yep, and again, let me go ahead and bring on another person we've got here real quick, and it's been on your favorite. From speaking of cohorts, Katie from Poppin' the Popcorn.
Hey guys.
Hey Katie, how are you?
Hey.
Good. Hey.
Hey.
It's been forever, girl. How are you?
I know, right?
I know.
Yeah.
I've just been busy with work and life stuff, everything.
Yeah. Well, it's good to have you on.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I've missed you. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's
good to see you guys.
Me too. I'm glad that you're keeping us up on Kyle, because I've been worried about it. It just breaks my heart. It really does.
Yeah, he's doing all right. He had to go back into ICU. That's the last I heard from his mom, because I have his mom on Facebook and she's been calling me and stuff. So he had a seizure and had to go back into ICU. But he has his phone now. Before he didn't have his phone. He has his phone now. So if y'all want to message him and just say hi and just tell him that you love him,
That's awesome.
So he's been communicating like on Instagram and stuff.
Yeah, on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay.
I know I did see on his own, I think on my stream, the public, he put also, he's holding also a GoFundMe as well. And that's on.
Yeah, he had a GoFundMe, but he closed it because they made it. I keep telling him you should make your GoFundMe a little bit more than what he's been doing, but but he closed it, so you can't do the GoFundMe anymore.
Okay, so that's good. At least we got that. I know you and I were both trying to help him with our stream.
It's because he hasn't been working, and they don't have. I don't think they have disability like they do in the U.S. Over there, I'm not quite sure how their customs work, and so because he's been out of work for like 3 months now, almost 3 months now, he needs like a lot of money and that medical help and stuff. His mom's been out of work for about 3 months as well. So.
Yeah.
Now, it's going to be hard for him to find a job. It's going to take a long time, it sounds like.
Yeah.
For him to get back to the point where he can work again.
After this, I think his mom said he's going to a rehab center after this.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. He's going to need it.
That makes sense.
Recover and all that, and get used to his home.
Because what happened was they sent him home, and he regurgitated his food, and what happened was the food started going into his lungs, backing up into his lungs.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's what it is, and so then he had to go back on the incubator and everything else, and they didn't think he was going to survive because how bad he was.
Right.
And now he still can barely talk because he's still incubated a little bit, but he's more alert. But he does have his phone though, so he can talk to you through text.
Oh, that's right. We should keep in contact. Oh, that's too bad. Well, we're praying for him. And I'm sure that I believe in that. Hopefully he'll be able to get
I talked to his mom. Like, I try not to, text her too much. I just wait for her to text me because I don't want to bother her. Because she has a lot of family members that want to text her every day and update. And I'm like, no, I don't do that.
Yeah. So definitely.
But just keep him in your prayers and thoughts, and hopefully soon he'll be able to come back.
Yes. Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah, we miss his.
But he misses everybody, and he tells me to tell everybody hi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I miss his voice. Oh, he's got a unique voice that I love. Community needs. He's just such an incredible human being. And I know the time that you weren't able to make it one time when we did that Pete's Dragon together. I never felt more comfortable in my life opposite somebody as a collaborator. He was just so incredible to work with. Oh my gosh, I miss him. I do. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So neat to have so many great people in the community.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
We all do.
I think I forgot to mention that. Yeah, I forgot to mention. Yeah, congratulations, 30K night, and
Oh, you're welcome, man.
to Craven as well.
Yes.
Congratulations to both of you, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Big congrats,
congratulations,
Stephen,
Jason.
on 12K.
Thank
Like,
you.
Yeah.
I was there in the live chat,
Yep,
and
I was there too.
Congratulations.
Yay!
That's right.
Yay!
You guys
Yeah.
were
You could've-
there when it happened live. That was so cool.
yeah, if you
Right?
could have seen the smile on my face, man, you know, it was just
Mhm.
really cool. And
Yeah.
you know, I
Bro.
obviously, you know, you and I, we always talk. I knew it was going to happen really quick,
Eventually, yeah.
but it was cool, you know, to be right
Mhm.
there and see it. And Zach obviously being so cool about it and announcing
Oh,
it. I was like, wow,
yeah.
that's a really cool moment.
That's awesome.
That
Mhm.
was cool. And honestly, I wasn't even thinking about it during the
Right.
stream
Mhm.
until
Mhm.
Zach stopped. I mean, he was
Yeah.
like, if y'all haven't subscribed here, and I'm like, oh, I wasn't expecting him to say that. And then he's
Yeah.
like, 'cause when we started, we were under 12K. And I'm like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
now you are. I'm like, what? And
All
so
right.
it's
I
Zach
watched.
the one that even brought it up. I didn't even, I
I
still
watched the
wouldn't.
replay. I fell
Oh,
asleep last night early, but I
ah,
watched the replay.
well, thank you. I appreciate that, Katie.
Mhm.
That's
Well, even if I'm not there to mod for you guys, I watch the replays.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you.
Katie.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that means a
appreciate
lot.
that.
Yep.
You know, sometimes it's hard for me to see every stream and stuff like that lately.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because
Hey, Melissa,
I've
welcome.
had some family issues myself. My grandpa was just in the hospital. Hey, Melissa.
Oh.
Mhm. Hey, Melissa.
Hey,
Hey,
Melissa.
Sean.
Hello, Sean.
Hey.
Hey.
And, yeah, it's
Wow.
great to have everybody in. So yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it was one of the things that I loved about that. But one thing I'll probably real quick I'll show that clip real quick. This is, oh my gosh, this one that didn't take a lot of work, but as you know, when I'm sitting here, usually the way on my desk is I'm up, see the front window, and I have these blinds. So in the morning, I thought I might have the blinds open or whatever. Didn't realize that this time morning I tried to see if I could get a little more morning type for other people that can't make it sometimes. And
Mhm.
realize, that 8 a.m. is not a good time because
8
something
a.m.
mysteriously Mother Nature happens, and it's like whoops. But I usually go ahead and
Mhm.
close my blinds anyway, so I have my light here and all that. And there's one little tiny low blind
Mhm.
that doesn't hide something that it shouldn't be hiding. So,
Mm.
so I'll go ahead real quick
Oh
and
boy.
do that. And here, let me switch my screens here.
I feel a wow coming on.
Right?
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh.
I miss y'all so much.
Oh, no, we miss
Aw,
you.
Same
we
here,
miss you too.
Katie. I know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm coming back slowly. I've gotten a couple. I had my friend Kenny on Creators Corner, and then I did a review. So tomorrow I'm gonna have a couple of reviews come out tomorrow.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Very cool.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get this going. Okay, I got this going. Let me go ahead and get this shared to the stage real quick here. Okay, got this on here. Okay, I'm gonna play this very short. This is just right during you notice it right after the intro and all that. I welcome everybody.
Damn, I thought that was closer.
Good morning, everyone.
Yes.
Welcome to the channel.
Oh, wow.
This is just a nice one. And
Oh,
good morning,
no.
everybody,
Oh,
once again.
it's like you got suntan lotion all the way.
Yep.
Yeah, it does.
Aw.
Oh, Jason,
Oh,
that's
really?
hilarious.
It was
So
this little
that's
bottom thing. That's why I have the background
These
that showed all the
people
lines back there as well.
What's that?
Because I hate using
Oh.
backgrounds. This has
Oh,
green screen.
dude.
Watch the
But it looks like
It looks
a
like
nasal strip that matches.
Yeah.
the
That's okay.
An
Mm-mm-mm.
entire facial
Sorry
strip.
about that. No, it's-
Yeah.
Right?
it's
Wow.
Oh, my
Wow.
God.
That just-
I thought that was just so dang funny.
I
thought,
love that,
oh.
dude. That's awesome.
it looks like
Mm.
you you forgot to like wipe off your sunscreen or something.
Yeah. Right.
Oh my gosh.
That's pretty
It's
good,
so
man.
funny. Yeah, I just like, oh heavens.
I'll have to use that for our intro.
Yeah, I had one that I couldn't share,
Oh.
but it was with Brandon. He's so busy he couldn't get back to me. I didn't want to use it without him, but it was just one of those moments. I think I've said this before. Where he was off on he gets off on those tangents and sometimes, and they were talking about he had to leave for a second to take care of something, and his partner Terry started asking people what they were having for dinner. And oh my gosh, when they get off on their tangents, it's hysterical. And they started talking about that somebody was talking about they're having White Castle. I've never had one myself, but I've heard horror stories about White Castle.
Yeah.
And he got back on it and he said, "Oh man, yeah, you do this. You got waterboard stuff, wash motorcycle, whatever stuff, all that." And he was laughing, and then I just said, and I was serious. I was deadly serious about this. I said, I said, "You guys know nothing. This is nothing. You just hear what I experienced and all that." And I meant it as serious, but now I look back, yeah, I could see where it comes off funny now. But it's basically, I had said, that I said, you think that's bad. I once ate 6 spicy cheese sausages, all that, and I became so I became the injurious on something of the space shuttle. That was it. They were gone for 10 minutes.
Oh man.
Oh wow.
Wow.
And I thought, I was very serious. They took it off, and I thought, what is going on? And I put all that in because I laughed. I thought I was serious because when I did that, my kids stopped running. I said, don't do it, Dad. They've had experience. Don't do that.
Right.
And all that, and so I went back to whatever, and I screamed bloody murder. It hurt so bad. It was burning, all that, and that whatever. And my son turned around and he says, "Dad, oh my gosh," he said, "you sound like Samara Weaving in Ready or Not." And I'm like,
I like that.
and I thought,
she can scream, bro.
Yeah, buddy.
When I first saw that, I thought that's got to be a sound effect. Oh, when Scream 7 came along, I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
That is bone chilling. That goes to the marrow. I thought, that I'll never forget the Scream 7. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, she's got an amazing scream.
She does. In the alley when
Yeah,
she
she
gets
does.
that first stab.
Mm-hmm.
Man, dude, I'm like, woo, she's got the pipes.
Yeah. He would talk with some, I don't know, was the art director or the stunt man? I can't remember. You were talking. He said they woke up the neighbors or something.
Oh yeah, that was Michelle Aliberte, the production designer. Yeah, they kept waking up the neighbors for her scream. They thought something was really happening bad downstairs.
Oh my gosh.
They're shooting in the middle of the night. There's like 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Yeah, there's been some funny moments. I had a favorite with I couldn't get it the right timing to get it cut, but I remember when we were watching with Jen. Jen is one of the most funniest women I've ever met in my life. She keeps me in stitches. Her posts on social media are hysterical. You ever, especially on Facebook or all that. And the one time we were watching, and you never thought that only tropes are only in horror films. Oh no, they have them in comedies as well, especially madcap, like what they call the madcap comedies, like What's Up, Doc? These farces, these tropes, and one of them is the ladder motif. It's like when a guy is on a ladder and there's cars going by, it's like, dude, get off the damn ladder. This is going to end in tears, and they never do. And so her and I are literally choking to death. We are laughing so hard. Both of us can't even breathe. In this case, where the guy would not get off, and these people were trying to cross with a piece of glass. I don't know if you remember that scene. Literally, and they kept going back and forth. They finally get to the side, and they're standing there, right there with the sign on that, and he's still going like, dude, get off. No, he doesn't. And they hit the ladder. He goes this way and crashes through the glass. And we were just laughing so hard. I thought, that's so funny. I said, the tropes are just everywhere.
Yep.
It's true. It's very true.
Comedy true, and it's just so funny to watch. And also the one I think my other favorites, I never expected that, like we talked about in Well, you watched Halloween before. Oh my gosh, that ending just literally. I just was like, no, no, this is not happening.
I know. It was bone chilling, and you didn't see it coming. That's
No,
what I
yeah.
loved about it.
And it was like me when I first time watch party for Ready or Not, that watch party whenever. And if you could have seen me, my husband was laughing at me the whole time. I was just sitting there like,
Yeah.
Right.
It's like that movie, and people said, "Oh, that's like Smile." I go, "It is nothing like Smile."
No.
Right.
Smile is psychological. This is physical. Yeah, it just I love that movie. I've got it now, and oh my gosh, that's just so. I was so glad you guys. I get introduced to so many movies like that, and
it's a great movie.
It is.
And I loved Henry Czerny's performance in that movie.
Yes.
Oh,
he was so good.
He was the MVP.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Definitely, and with also with like introducing Deep Red, and then I got to be your first watch for that, Steve, and that was so much fun to watch. His
yeah. Wow, that movie was a trip, dude. I enjoyed it a lot. That was.
This is like never. I love this. The old school. That's what I keep telling people. Old school. We got to get back to that.
Yeah.
We need more of that. I think that's why horror's not taken so seriously. Because I think like society with the Oscars and all, they are so convinced that if it's not the Terrifier, it's not horror.
Yeah.
That's like Silence of the Lambs, great best picture, suspense thriller. Ladies and gentlemen, no, it's horror.
Right.
They even nominated Get Out. That's horror. That's not a suspense thriller. That's horror. And like I said,
they can't bring themselves to it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I haven't done a watch party. I hope to one time for the venue because it's a comedy. It's a comedy. And when I watched halfway through it, I'm like, this is no longer a comedy. It's a horror.
I still haven't seen that movie, man. It's on my list.
I have to arrange a watch party sometime or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a great movie. I fell in love with that.
Which one?
Performance.
The Menu.
The Menu.
Oh yeah. That's a good. Yeah. Yes, I love that.
I haven't seen that one.
Same.
Anya Taylor-Joy is amazing in it. Ray Fiennes.
Oh, yeah. I like her because I liked her in The Night in Soho. I liked her in that one.
Yeah, she's amazing, man. She's amazing.
And then, what's his name? He was from Renfield, and I first saw him in Mad Max. And,
Nicholas Hoult.
Oh, Holt. Oh my gosh, he really broke my heart in that movie. It just amazing performance all around.
Yep.
So that they just don't make movies like that. I wish they would.
The Menu. That's with Ralph Fiennes, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Ray Fiennes. He's always brilliant. Oh my gosh, that's one of those you love to see. You know who he is. It's not really a secret, but you love to find out why he did it.
I've seen the trailers.
If he succeeds.
I've seen the trailers and I've seen people's reviews on it. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, one thing before I know how long you've gotten. I told you guys the first time we private streamed. I was going to tell you my theory about what should have happened. I haven't shared this with Halloween. I know it's long. I'll go, but what I think would have made the trilogy better. That's my opinion.
The David Gordon Green trilogy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What they could have done. Now, for me, the thing that always bothered me, I thought it was great. I loved it. But I thought what would help a lot, I think the two problems was one is introducing Corey too late. It's like, why are you waiting until the third one to introduce him? And also their relationship, him and his why? Where does that come from? There's no I thought that would solve that is to me one is that you introduce him in the very first film.
Right.
Everything, and it's also the other one that bugged me. It bugs me. And what's that Halloween with when Michael assaults? And the whole
curse.
I don't know how you can.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it on YouTube. I don't know how you can say it, but it's like family loving activity. I don't know.
Yeah, curse of Michael Myers.
Yeah,
and you're just like, that is so gross. They need to redo that one. They need to redeem her. That made me mad what they did to her.
Yeah.
And so this one I thought they could do with him. Same thing, that mother thing, that was gross. I thought, no, ew. But I thought he could be I'm doing great on characters. introduced in the second one. Not the girl with the boy. What's his name from Breakfast Club? His character.
Michael Anthony Hall was Tommy Doyle.
Oh, Tommy.
That he would be
Tommy,
Tommy's
yeah.
son. That he'd be Tommy's son. And it would make sense
Oh.
because he's an alcoholic, and maybe that's why because he's dealing with that, his dad's obsession, and then also that his mother left him. That mother left him and didn't take him with her. So that's what screwed him up. He's dealing with an alcoholic father, but ignores him. So that establishes that he's there, and then he's got a relationship with all three characters because they're best friends. So there's at least a beginning friendship. Him and Allison start as friends, and maybe the fact that there's kind of at least establishment of a relationship. It's a friendship one at that point. I think maybe he is in love with her, but he what's name is his best friend, and he respects that and will not betray his best friend. Unlike the kid that does it automatically, and he does that. And so you got most of the regular movie just going on normal. You have that relationship going, but then of course, I think what happens at the dance is that he's sitting there hanging out with the other kid, and they have their argument. And he, I keep saying his name.
Cameron.
Not Cameron.
Corey.
I mean,
walks in the middle of their fight.
Yeah.
And he runs off, and so she starts running up. He goes with her to protect her. He doesn't want her to go out alone with the news of Mike, the stuff happening. And so they, and all of a sudden they get somehow separated or something. I don't know. They don't have to get separated, whatever. But they both, they get separated for something, whatever. And then they somehow, I don't know how you could do it. It's something you could connect it right when they got separated or whatever. And then she gets hit on by whatever. She starts running away from him or whatever. Then Corey finally hears her screaming. He comes in now. He sees that now he's lost a friend. That Mike has killed one of his friends, and so he's there to protect her and to stay with her that rest of that night. And then of course, you have the second. I think I got that right. And of course, the second movie, you've got.
Well, hold on, Jason. Before you go to the second movie, something else that you left out, but I think it's worth noting in this scenario, is that if this played out, you also saved a perfectly good bowl of nacho cheese sauce. I mean, something's got to be said for that.
That's right.
No cell phone in the cheese.
That's a good point.
You got to make the nachos, man. Don't waste the cheese.
Yeah, don't waste the
cheese.
Wow. I mean, come on. Just had to add that, Jason.
Yeah, great. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's hysterical. Then you have the beginning of the second film, and he's dealing with, now you're seeing the relationship with his dad and all that, and his obsession. But they're going out through the whole thing, and then what you've got is the problem is now is that if I'm going to get this right, try this from memory, should have written this down, but they go ahead and of course be a part of that what happens in the house, and so now he witnesses his best friend get killed, and all that or whatever at this point. And the fact that he's when his best friend was killed, and then he turns around and then he sees Allison trying to get text her. He goes after, and of course her mom beats him to it, and she goes off. So he's there to help her, comfort her while she's off that. So then he does not aware, and he finds out by the end of the movie that his father gets killed. So that really messes him with the fact he's like, okay, Michael's taken everything from him.
Yeah.
Michael's taken everything from him or whatever. And so that to me makes sense. The fact that now we go into the third one. And the thing is, at this point, of course, now it's natural she's going to rely on him now. She realized, that he loves her and that he is there to protect her. So we have that, covered that. And then, of course, he's that point, that makes sense to me. Now, I know some people don't believe that. I still believe this. And that's okay. People want to disagree. I still believe that there's a transfer of evil. The evil, he's in the shape. He calls him the shape. The shape and all that. And the fact is, he's not some part. That's why I hated the whole cult thing. He's in the whole cult.
I mean, James Jude Courtney, when I asked him the question, was there a transfer
Listen,
your
hold on.
night. It was your live stream.
I know, man.
Was there a transfer? And James Hugh Courtney says there was a transfer. And he
Yeah.
said, what was transferred is that you'll have to figure out. But he
Yeah.
said there was a transfer.
Because to me,
That's
I
from the
don't.
tape.
Yeah, I don't buy the cult thing because I'm like going, does his parents look like they're part of a cult? Why were they
Right.
shocked that he killed
Yeah.
her sister? And they were a total American family. And I just think
Right.
that's just there was some evil something. I don't know how it happened.
Hmm.
It just happened.
Yeah.
And
Right.
we lost Katie, but well, hopefully she'll be back.
Ooh,
But
yeah.
also the fact that it's just that there it goes. There it happened. And
Yeah.
then basically, so it makes sense. And he goes in and says, okay, why did you spare me? You killed everything that I loved or whatever. Why? You could have killed, you could have killed me. And that's to me when it's the way. It could be something different. It doesn't really matter. Either way, it doesn't ruin the film. And for me, at all, and of course, and so that that's what he does. He just literally can't handle it. So that's why he starts to do these things. And the weird that's out of character for him. But then it makes sense. But then the difference is here is when the difference is when Allison has her argument with this is one of the other big one that we were just surprised we didn't get that big fight. It was such a wimpy fight for him and Michael, her and Michael. I think to solve that issue is that he goes ahead and she leaves. Of course, she's going to the restaurant. So that's the point. So that's the normal. When he gets done with him killing the band, which is so horrible.
Yep.
At that point, of course, he's not guilty of killing his own mother, thank goodness. And that always been there. And then but what happens is he goes to meet her. He goes to the restaurant. And all that. So she waits for him and he finally comes. So at this point, they meet. She sees the blood on him. What have you done? He admits to her what he's done. So now she knows. She's not going by supposition. He doesn't go to the house where she sees that whole crap go on, which is like doesn't come out of nowhere. It makes no sense. So she becomes the bitch, which I don't think she deserves that. But in that case scenario, of course she's going to come off. I didn't like her coming off that way. And so all of a sudden, while she's sitting there, because of that fight they had, Michael goes after first the people that get in his way. He's had it. He said, boy, you got my mask. I want it back. And he looks for him. He goes into the restaurant. Not to. And he kills her. She sees him. Oh my gosh, my mother is right. He's alive. He's really alive with the fact, and the fact that she sees him kill. He kills Corey there. He kills Corey.
Wow.
Right in front of her. And I'm done with you. All that. Of course, you can have some more kills if you want for Michael, trying people to defend him at that point. But during this time, of course, we see the scene with her calling him a suicide. And this time, I think what it should be, and I don't think it weakens her, this is not a fake out. This is real. She's going to kill herself. She feels she's failed her granddaughter. She's failed to save her daughter. She's saved her granddaughter. She's failed. Everything's failed for what? Michael's not around. I've wasted my time. And so that's a real suicide call. And so the sheriff's like, I got to get over there, but what's the world? I got to find Allison because I said, we need to, she needs to help me. I need her help. And so during that time, so when she goes to the scene where he goes up, where it's not Corey, it's Michael. And she puts the gun to her head, doesn't go off. The minute she hears that creaking, she turns around and boom, she says, Michael. And something clicks on her. She shoots him, and there we got our fight. Our extended fight, what we really wanted, the big, huge fight, and all that. Yeah. She's after whatever. And so he goes, then he's where he gets the call saying there's been an extrication. Corey's been killed at the restaurant. There's Allison. She says, your mother called in a suicide. Let's go. So now they both go together. So now she's the hero. She's really a hero, whatever. She goes in, and not only does she again do the same thing, she kills Michael. No, I'm not going to see, but this time he gets his reward, the sheriff, by watching Michael get killed. Satisfaction of him getting killed in front of him, and sees him die at that point, and all that. And she saves him and all because she still does the whole. She wants to fight, kill me, because that flashback was bone chilling to me. Yeah, it was bone chilling. This was so incredibly done. Wow. But now at that point, you've got everything now. So they reconcile that. She goes off, like she goes, I want out of here, a new life for her. She goes. And instead of the last scene where he delivers all of the flowers and all, that, and the fruit and all that. He talks about, Japan or whatever. Instead of that stupid, I hate that last scene, going in to show that stupid mask. It's like, can we please end this? I'm so tired of this going on and on and on at this point. And on that point, whatever, it switches scenes and shows them both checking in to go to fly to Japan. And that's the movie ends with them going to Japan together.
Well, I have one question for you, though. In this scenario, is it when she's on the plane with Hawkins to going to Japan, or where at the end do we figure out? And Val, maybe you can help chime in the chat on this one too, because Val's a hardcore, as we know, Halloween.
Yeah, she is.
My question is, in this scenario, Jason, because you're kind of writing the script, you can put it. When do we finally see who's controlling the radio tower that's sending the signal to Michael's mask to activate him?
All of a sudden, Connell Cochran comes out of the shadows.
I'm back. That's Colonel Cochran's grandson or something, right? I mean, that radio tower. Of course, I'm joking, but that radio tower is in every movie.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's clearly there. I know Val. I really did that mostly for Val because I had to. But I'm telling you, at night, and Jason, you probably remember this. We had theories going about that radio tower.
We had tons of theories.
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
Oh my God, man!
I loved Halloween 3.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Me too. Well, and they had that on the table as far as showing a scene at Silver Shamrock Factory, and they were going to show the conveyor belt, and they were going to show the pumpkin, the witch, the skull, and then Michael's mask. They were going to they flirted with that idea.
They did.
And although it would have, like when I saw it in the theater, me and Coriander in the theater, if they had done that, like it's almost like we would have exploded just the whole nostalgia. But big picture, I'm glad they didn't do it.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's how. Yeah. I said, of course that didn't happen. So whatever. I blows that theory out. What I thought. That's my answer. But I loved Sarah wanted to pop in. We were doing Babadook or something. She had a theory where she thought it could have been done in 2 movies, which I can actually see that. I don't know if you want to share that if Sarah's still here, but I love that theory. I thought you could have done it in 2 movies. Yeah, you didn't have to do a trilogy.
That's right.
Because people, on my end, I was one of those, and I'm the most unpopular person for this. I'm one of these that I so love the horror genre so much. I wish we could get new stuff. I'm so tired of the same old going on and all that. And that's why this is me. People are going to hate me for this, whatever, but I wish that this last, I know it's probably not going to happen because money always talks. So whatever, it's going to always end with that. But I wish that Scream could be that one movie where this is the final Scream movie. End it.
Oh no, Jason, no.
I said let the fan takes over, but I know it's not going to happen because money talks. So, and all that. But I would love to at least see an ending, to get her happy ending, and that's why I'm on the Stu train. I don't care. I'm always will be on the Stu train. Period. I said I would love to see that in that part of it. Yeah, and everything in that story that she defeats him and all that. Right. I wouldn't mind maybe his partner is his sister. Maybe that's why he was calling all the time because you killed my nephew. Excuse me, that was not part of our plan here.
Yeah.
So of course, oh well, so they took care of that for him. Okay, that's 2 birds with one stone. I don't have to worry about that now. Let's go after Sydney. And he went after. Yeah. Because I'm still convinced there's no way. I can to a certain point because if I look at it with the shoes, whatever, I can kind of very vaguely see maybe what's her name killing Dewey. I could maybe because it's
Amber.
Amber.
I could see it. I could see it, but I doubt it. But I can kind of if you put the angle they were shooting at. But I'm still convinced that probably was him. I still think it was him. But it just those things that you never know. Because I know the stuntman. Because people still think the fact, well, it was this different stuntman. I'm going, no, I don't care. The shot of the killer, he is looking over the car, and that is not the two killers in Scream 4. Can't be.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's, and plus they don't have the shoulder power. You can take a lot of muscle power to get that through a skull.
Right.
Yeah, that's true too, man. I mean,
so they don't have
a
that.
lot.
But she showed when she could, but she was going into it. She wasn't actually, she was a wall helper. She was actually not doing that because that's a lot of, and he was so tall, big, and all that. And so I think, who knows? You know, that would be interesting to.
Yeah.
That's my thing. You could finish that. I don't know if they'll do that, but you know, wish. But I think that would be great. But to end that with her ending that and with the sister finally saying, "This is it. You know, I'm done. I'm sick of this. I want this over." So at least she's done with that. She could maybe, and then what the hey, she could threaten the kids, whatever. That gives her motivation. She could threaten maybe Mark gets injured. That gives her even more motivation. Like, you're not going to mess with my family anymore. I'm sick of this. I'm done. And then at least she ends that. And then if you want to do a trilogy 10 years, 20 years later, go for it. But the only thing is, I'm worried about that. They're going to do that because I'm going, people, she's 50. You wait another 10 years, Nev's going to be 60.
Right.
She's probably fitter than I am. She probably is. I've met the woman.
Right.
Well, here's the thing, though. If you think about that, like let's say, first of all, I also mentioned two things on that idea. There was a time I was staunchly against that idea, but I've come around to where I'm like, if they end 7 with the right way, and of course, I really do want Stu involved because I think that you need Sydney to really bring the punch with Stu. If they were to do that, I would be okay if Scream 8 started a new trilogy with all new characters. Gail's gone, everybody's gone. We give the OGs a break. And then here's the thing, though. If they continues to do well, because, and I think it will, unless they start putting out garbage movies. But if they keep the quality there and Kevin Williamson and everyone else go involved to some degree, I would not mind seeing here. And here's how I think Sydney works at 60. Well, number one, Jamie Lee at 64 was great in Halloween. So, you got to remember that too. But even still, I've always thought that Sydney's kids in high school would be fun to follow as they become the next target of Ghostface. And then Sydney's there to help. See, as their mom,
so
she's there.
I mean, the Ghostface is someone in their life, their friend.
In their life, targeting her kids because they're in high school. So it becomes about them, not about Sydney. Sydney's there and more in the background. Just a thought. I think that would be pretty cool.
Because would love to see that just end there, be that one. But I thought, and I feel bad for Neb because she's such a great actress and she needs to work just like the rest of us.
Well,
so
she's going back on the Netflix show Lincoln Lawyer. She was on that show.
Oh yeah,
she's going back for season 2 on that show. She was really good in that show, actually.
Yeah, I liked her in that show too.
She's talented, man. I really, I wish nothing but the best for her, and I hope that she continues to get more opportunities.
And then I also was watching, because I've been watching all the Grey's Anatomy. I'm on season 10 now. I didn't know that she played McDreamy's sister on Grey's Anatomy.
Really?
Oh,
yes.
I didn't know that.
Watch that.
I never seen.
Yeah, I think she's on season 9. I think she's on season 9. She plays Patrick Dempsey's sister on Grey's Anatomy.
Wow,
that's crazy.
That's funny. Yeah,
even Val said she did.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
I laugh now because I was looking at Dermot Mulroney when I met him. Nice guy, nice guy, whatever. I said, still so dang handsome. I remember the first time I saw him, and he and I were at the same age. Is the fact when he was in the Meatballs 3, dumb movie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
he was the lead, but I thought I had such a crush on him. That was long before I was married, all that stuff. I was like, and he's still good looking, but it's like, it doesn't make up for that stupidly written performance. I think it was
family. You
'Cause
die.
I think for me, I think it was the
Yeah.
yeah, I think it was the writing because I'm like, dude,
It
I said the only
is.
way that makes sense. I think that maybe I don't know. I was wanted to ask him, but I didn't get a chance.
Yeah.
Everything was such a hurry in the lines. But I was one of always thought he did that just to prove this is why this is where the stupidity of of his son, whatever, being the way he was. Look at his
Mm,
dad. His dad's just stupid, and
mm,
just as dumb and why the heck would you even do anything like this? You're an
mm,
idiot, It's no wonder he's the way he was, because those I never bothered me the toxic fan bit. I always bought that. I thought that's a new one. It's so
mm,
true that's not been dealt with because those toxic. Oh my gosh, don't get me started.
mm.
Reddit, all that stuff. Oh my gosh, it's just they're so bad and everything else. And now, like I'm getting the worst I'm having right now. And I'm telling you this right now for the record. I don't know if he's watching or watches some replay. I love Eric, but I do not include him in this. I think Eric's one of the best Star Wars fans, best Star Wars hands down content creator. But he's not one of those. But the ones that got me the toxic fandom in with Star Wars, especially, oh, they're the worst. Is
Oh
the
yeah.
people when they sit there and they criticize the way that
Mhm.
you criticize the sequels. Yeah, I've got problems with the sequels. Maybe one main problem, and I agree with. I'm sure. I think I read I saw a replay where Eric would agree with me on that. With the only problem with that is if you're going to bring back Palpatine, then dagnum, why didn't you bring back Mace? You idiots. It would make sense. But it made more
Mhm.
sense. Ruined it.
That's a good point.
Ruined the opportunity. So now they could save it if they did a Mace one dude, did it right, not screw it up Disney, which they probably would screw it up. A series of everything would happen to him.
Yeah.
Because he
Right.
deserved that. Samuel Jackson deserved it. He was so incredible. He would not die.
I know.
Yeah, not like that.
No.
Not like that, no.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no
It's
way.
true.
But it kills me. But what they did was effect. But then these are the same fans that when the prequels came out, they criticized, they defended, saying you're not doing George Lucas's vision. When George Lucas did the prequels, they said, well, George Lucas is portraying his own vision. I'm like, you hypocrites. You hypocrites. I go, the problem with the prequels, my problem was, and always had, I loved them, but it's like, why did you? I think George Lucas screwed up two ways. He didn't do what he did right in the first three movies, and that is get another second pair of eyes on that. Don't direct them. It's somebody else to direct, because you put your focus on. He put his focus on that it was Anakin's story, and I go, no, it's not. We needed to know he had no choice because he was being pulled by two religions that were using him, a good religion and a bad religion. That's why he made the decision he did. It's like, why are they fighting? That's why I said, why don't we have an origin story of that? Why did they start fighting? What started with this grip between the two? Because that's what caused all this. They caused all the crap in the universe. It's your own fault. But we did the prequels and all that. And you started all this, and so that's why it didn't really bother me in the sequels. Well, at least the one it didn't bother me what happened to Luke. I don't blame him. I think that he did what he did because he was just so tired. He was so tired. He felt that he failed with
Ben
and all that, and the fact that he's like, look at which. But then that's what I thought it was. Just the fact that they brought Yoda, I like that. The fact to say he burned the temple down. He burned the records and said, yeah, page turners they were not. That's my favorite movie in the whole series.
Yeah.
It's Yoda, and we screwed up. We we did it. But then, but other than that, but not having Mace, that was the problem. So you screwed that one up, ruined it all. I said, you missed something. I miss it, something you're just not. And I think that, and Ryan John, oh my gosh, he does it often. He misses details. Misses little tiny details that he should be paying attention to. And
trying to subvert expectations and stuff, and sometimes when you try to do that, you kind of miss the bigger picture of what made the OG trilogy so charming. It wasn't so much that you were trying to manipulate the audience or the viewers. You were just trying to tell a good story and something that had heart, and I think that's why the OG trilogy to this day, it's just a special connection it has with multiple generations, man. I mean, growing up, my grandmother was I mean I would say more of a casual fan, but she knew those characters' names. She knew what those 3 movies were, and so
Mhm.
it's just
Yeah.
that's how powerful that
Right.
original trilogy
Mhm.
was. You know, it really
Yeah, it was
Sure.
very
connected multiple.
powerful. It was
Yeah,
very powerful
Yep.
for its time.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that's why I love. I still to this day, I still will say I agree with the critics on it. The Empire Strikes Back, hands down, is the greatest science fiction film ever made. That's how I
I love
personally.
I love Empire. It's
Me
still
too.
so
Yeah.
It's going to have
awesome.
all the rights elements.
That's
I
my
love.
favorite one. That's my favorite one in the trilogy is Empire Strikes Back.
It's
Yeah,
just so
man.
well done in that. And
Yeah.
that's why I make fun of these people when we were watching the end of between the Avengers, last two Avengers movies. I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? This can't be happening. I'm going, listen, you wimps. We had with Star Wars, we had to wait 3 years. You only have to wait a year.
I know. That's right.
Suck it up.
And
Suck
we
it
had
up.
and we had no idea either. Like we were all in the dark. You know, we didn't know
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
a
True.
movie would definitely have a sequel
Mhm.
come out at all. And when it
Yeah.
did, it was kind of like, oh, it's coming out next month.
Mhm.
Okay. And we didn't have
Right.
1,000 trailers, and we didn't
Well,
have all that
Yeah.
stuff.
I got to watch them all back to back because they were all out before my time. So I
Yeah.
got to watch
That's
them all.
true.
Yeah,
Yep.
Katie's
'Cause-
like, I got to cheat.
Yeah. You had to
That's
wait.
cool,
You had to
though.
wait 3 years. I'm going to wait 3 minutes. I'm taking a bathroom break, and I'm going to the next one.
Katie, hey, look, Katie's like, let me refill my soda and get ready to watch the next one.
Exactly. Fresh bag of
'Cause-
Orville
'cause I think-
Redenbacher's, please.
Wait, what year did the last one come out? The last one came out in
83.
80, right?
83 was Jedi.
83.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
3 years
So-
between the three of them.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
so I was born 4 years after that. So born in 86.
I
So
did try
Yeah.
once with a friend of mine who
Wow.
had never seen any of them. I did try it once. It wasn't bad. I don't personally care for it, but it kind of worked for him. Was he rewatched? We watched episode 4,
Mhm.
episode 5, and then we went from there to wait. We did episode 2. Then we skipped, went back to
Mhm.
1, and all that. So there, because you still had this
right.
element of surprise. You get the we got
Mhm.
wait a minute. We saw Star Wars. That's right. We saw Star Wars, and then we went ahead and went back to the sequels, the prequels.
Mhm.
That into whatever. So you saw, oh, okay, this is Anakin. Oh, this is his story. Oh, this is how it is. Whatever. Then we went to Empire. Then you'd like, wait a minute. Then you got still the surprise. We know it, so we don't need that. But for this newcomer, he was
Right.
like, oh my gosh. And he saw Return of the Jedi, and so it hit that emotional wall. This is before the other trilogy came, the sequels came out. So for
Yeah.
him at that point, he really enjoyed that. But now you can watch it in order now, and I think some of it could be good, but they still don't have all of it, But it's like some of the
Right.
TV shows, I'm like, I can't do it. It's like chalk nails on a chalkboard. I love. It's like I loved Obi-Wan, but it's like, why couldn't you put the last 2 episodes into just one movie?
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
Yep.
I loved what we had, and the last 2
Well,
we could have done.
It's
We
like
could have
it's
done
like
a Star Wars.
y'all had to
story.
wait for Star Wars. I had to wait for the Lord of the Rings series because they took a while to get them. So
Yeah.
so you guys had to wait for Star Wars. I had to wait for Lord of the Rings because I'm a Lord
There
of the
you go.
Rings.
I remember that.
Good point. Good point.
Oh my gosh! And then I saw the extended versions.
I saw all of those.
I love the extended versions.
Me too. Every
Yeah.
Well,
you know
I
what I
laughed.
do every New Year's Eve and day because I watched all the extended versions. That's my New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
Yeah, I like watching all of
Nice.
them as well, man. They're just such amazing movies. They really are. Peter
Mhm.
Jackson, only he could have done that, and I've been a fan of that story since I was a little kid reading the books.
Me too.
That's why there's so many
Yeah.
people criticize. That was just stupid ending. All those multiple endings. I'm like, that was from the book, people.
Right?
Mhm.
And
Right.
they didn't include the whole war between the trees and the Sauron. They didn't include that in the movies.
Mhm.
They did a
Yeah,
little bit in the extended, but not very much. They still skipped.
right. Yeah, it still didn't
Mhm.
have every single thing. It had pretty much everything, but there was there was still little things that they didn't
Mhm.
have in there. So it could have been even longer.
Longer.
Ooh.
Right.
I
I wanna-
just couldn't believe.
I want to go to New Zealand and go see like where they filmed it, because they still have like the Hobbit like land and stuff, like where the hobbits lived. I want to go see that.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be.
It was a whole new, it was a whole world that they crafted, for those films, and it was so amazing. And to think that so much of it in New Zealand, and
Mhm.
yeah, awesome stuff. Now, you're making me want to watch those movies now, Katie. And I usually
Let's
do
do
it
it.
every year.
I have to put this up for you, Craven. Oh my gosh, this is hysterical.
Let's do it, and then we can review it together tonight. There we go.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Steven's like, don't involve me. Steven's like, don't involve me.
Yeah.
I've only watched it
Actually.
once. I appreciate its place in art, but I
Yeah.
regret ever seeing that. That movie made me so sick. I just can't handle. I think the reason was it wasn't the thing that was paranormal. I don't like it when it's pushing. It's anti-religion or and I don't like a political. Just present the story, because it had a compelling story between the mother and the daughter. I think if they focused on that, the struggle that she's having, and all that, because those performances are great. But when they turned around and said, and then especially the sequel, oh jeez, Louise, that stupid David Gordon Green. It's like, it's like, well, why didn't you say something? Oh, the patriarchy forbade me. I'm like, oh no, will you knock it off, woman? You still on this thing? That's what ruined the sequel, because it's like, no, I was having high hopes, and it just, but they did a lot of that. It's a lot of, like, I think some of the biggest mistake when they did, again, I have this argument. I'm a big musical fan, but there are some movies, do not make them into a musical. They made Lord of the Rings into a musical. 6 hours.
Oh no.
Like, do you understand the concept, the universal concept? The brain only holds out as long as the butt.
That's
You get
That's
a
a
point.
good point.
People are not
Oh
going to
my
sit for
God.
more than. I did a musical. There's a musical one right now that I've been doing called The Chaperone, and I play a musical fan, the man in the chair. And it starts out, it's a love letter to musicals, but it starts out in the dark. My first line is, I hate musicals. I hate the theater. And it's like, what I hate about it is like, will you please, hour and a half, 2 hours, okay, but 3 hours, come on. No, that's too much.
Right.
It's like,
It's true.
Are you a fan of science fiction, Steven, or no?
Some of it I am. I wouldn't call myself hardcore sci-fi fan, but I do like a lot of the shows, the movies. Like, again, Star Wars talking about, and
Battlestar Galactica.
I love all the Battlestar
Yeah.
Galacticas. I've seen all seasons of that.
oh, I love that. I have that on video.
Oh, it's good stuff, man.
Yeah,
Sackoff,
Buck
what's her
Rogers,
name? Katie Sackoff.
Katie Sackhoff. Yep.
Ooh, man.
I haven't seen that. I don't know what that is.
Starbuck.
Ooh,
Oh,
you should watch that, Katie.
yeah, you would like that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really good. I love Event Horizon. Like, there's a lot of sci-fi movies that I like. So
Yeah, and Event Horizon is a great mixture of horror and sci-fi.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
What was that one movie that Michael made us watch? It was some kind of sci-fi movie, Life. That was a weird one.
That
With Jake Gyllenhaal in it.
Yeah, that was a pretty good
Michael
one. I
made
like
us
that
watch
one.
it.
That's a good one.
I don't think I saw that one.
Ryan
Yeah,
Reynolds.
you were on the watch
Was I
party.
there?
We watched it. Yeah.
I was. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Wow, drawing a blank.
That was last year. Michael made us watch it.
Oh man, well, I guess
It's a good movie.
Well, I guess that's the impression it left for me. I don't remember. I don't even remember being there. I guess I have to look up the pictures of it. I'd probably remember it, but
yeah. Well, look, guys. I hate to say it, but I gotta get ready to head on out to work. But this has been a blast, and now you guys are talking sci-fi, so it's like I could go down a bunch of rabbit trails, but yeah, duty calls.
We all could. We could all. We could all go. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's true. It's true.
Well, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. You have a good night.
Absolutely, man, and congratulations. And
thank you. You too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Night. Have a good one, bro. I hope you have a good night at work.
Night.
Yeah, absolutely. And if I get a chance, I'll be in the chat and kind of listening to you guys on my way to work and stuff too, man.
Be careful driving.
I will.
Drive safe.
Definitely.
I will.
Don't let it.
Don't text and driving, mister. Kick your
No.
butt.
I won't. I won't.
She's spoken.
That's right. All right, guys. I'll catch y'all later.
Catch
See
you
you
later,
later.
night. Good night,
Alrighty.
buddy. See
Bye-bye.
ya.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, Stephen. You're getting ready pretty soon too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can stay a little bit more, but not. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
I
For
think
me
it's
too.
before you
I
go
can't
to.
I can't stay too much longer. I have to get up at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, me. I have to get up early too, but I just want to end. We're getting kind of not close to what I want. I don't want to go past midnight Eastern either. But just before you go, I just wanted to share some of the milestones I didn't get to.
Yeah.
Stupid work with the 1 year channel. That anniversary happened March 12th. That's when we began. I can't believe it's been a year now.
Wow.
So we
That
began
is.
that, and that stopped. That started with the first video was top 10 sequels that are better than the original. That's something I did. That and I thought that was great. That was when I came off the cuff and did. And then I remember the first time on a panel when I said this community was the July 9th. There was a Night Watch Son's watch party for The Thing. And I hadn't seen The Thing in a long time. Loved it. Loved that movie. And then we had a premiere at JTN Newsroom. That premiered on September 12th. So I've been doing. I'm going to be doing more of those. My first live stream was at October 12th. It was an impromptu. I just said I had it. And I did a one on the SAG after strike, new developments. I said, here's my feelings. I'm done. Practice before I do the first watch party. And I just did it, and put out how I felt. And actually came up pretty how I felt. We had the situations with being with a deal with Netflix, and the writers. We just went to the Netflix and said, hey, I said, okay, you've got us. We've got everything negotiated, all that. But I said, you're sitting there not negotiating with them. When we have contracts with the actors, you're holding up our deals. You're endangering our deal. So we're going to sue if you don't do this. And that made Netflix caved. And so that's what caused the delay. And of course, they didn't do what they all should have done. That was what's her name, the president, the nanny. We need to get a new president. That she betrayed.
Ann Drescher or whatever, Fran Drescher.
She betrayed that. She betrayed them on. She tried to rush a deal with the AI, and she shouldn't have done it. They should have gone further with it. It's disgusting. They need to. It's going to come up again. It's just she's too bad that she did that. And then the first persons in a chat that was August 22nd. That was when I did the premiere of the video, the Scream, one of the most consistent franchise in motion picture history. That was the master of all movies, Prestwood DVD collector, and Care Bear. So they were the first persons.
Okay.
My first subscriber on March 17th was Dino, still is a subscriber.
There you go. Good old Dino.
Yes.
And the first moderators were October 13th. That's Katie and Bell. They're my only moderators right now. As soon as I get back on the upgrade to the 20 back in, I can get some more moderators. And I don't know if he's still here or whatever, but Jerry had offered to be a moderator, and I trust him. I think he'd be great as a moderator.
Nice.
If something ever happens, put on this free one. It works. It's fine, but drives me crazy sometimes. I only have like a limit of 7 people.
Yeah.
Nope, I don't know how to be a moderator. No, I'm kidding.
and then some of the honors. I was great. I was nominated for the Horror YouTuber of December 2023 on November 13th by Mayanne. I still thank Mayanne if she's still here for that. That was an honor. Surprised me as that happened. And then the JT Halloween Marathon was inaugurated on October 30th, 23 with Burned Offerings. That was the first one. That year we offered Maximum Overdrive, Saturday the 14th, The Changeling, Evil Dead 2, Jeepers Creepers 2001, the original, Prom Night 1988, Terror Train, which you were on with me, Phantasm, Magic, The Babadook with Sarah, and then Creepshow 2.
That's right.
And then the Holiday Fest was inaugurated on December 30th with the Christmas Carol 1984. And we also did A Christmas Story, and then The Family Stone, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Great one.
I love that one.
Yes.
That one's one of my favorites.
And then an unusual and an underrated one, not well known, was Noel with Susan Sarandon. One of my favorite Robin Williams dramatic roles that a lot of people don't know about. It's available on video. And then JTN's Valentine's celebration was inaugurated on February 6th with Parenthood. We also did Letters to Juliet, What's Up, Doc, My Best Friend's Wedding, and So It Goes. And that was a great one with many comments from Diane Keaton and Michael Douglas. Unusual one. And then JTN Reactions was inaugurated on November 30th with a review of the trailers of Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and Inside Out 2. And I just did, was it Ghost? I just did one. I found out I was afraid of doing it, having the trailer on screen. I was doing like a link.
Yeah.
When I did find out from my lawyers, what happened was if you have if you have that phrase, fair use, if you have it on the video itself, but also in the description section of the video, what happens is if you take that trailer, the rest of your video, your discussion of it, your reaction is minus the trailer's length, all that, it's covered. It's protected.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's protected. Like I've noticed that Knight does it, and so as long as it's done that, because it's fair use. It's fair use.
Yep.
Sometimes, occasionally, the Sony has come after some people and all that, but their lawyer said nope. YouTube said nope, you can't. It's fair use. You can't. That and Disney especially, but it's like
Yeah, I've heard Disney was really rough.
Who cares about
Disney? Yeah, Disney. They don't play.
Or whatever, and so plus the fact that you can go after them, but it's not worth it. So plus, like most of Disney movies, it's not worth even doing because most of them are quite like Inside Out. That's when I did a click on this link, and we'll watch it, on a separate link because I just didn't want to bother with it.
Yeah, Disney don't play because there's people that make those Mickey ears. The Mickey ears. They were selling them on like Etsy and Amazon and stuff, and Disney put a stop to it.
Wow.
And then JT's Hidden Gems was inaugurated on February 27th with Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. That's my favorite all-time movie of all time. I love that movie. And then JTN's Retrospectives was inaugurated on January 28th with John Carpenter's The Fog with Horror Cat Dad. And then my first collaboration, of course, is with K&J Reviews, and we're just waiting for that. But that began on October 28th. We did a review of Jumanji. They invited me on, and then we became official on January 1st with a review of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Wow.
So we're just... And then the first live review I premiered on the channel was on 12/18/22 with a review of It's a Wonderful Night, which I love.
Yep.
I just did one this morning, which was successful this morning. I did Wonka and Barbie number one, and I had to do. I couldn't do a regular review because that's another story. My stupid Microsoft Clipchamp screw it up. And all that, and every time I was doing a video on my favorite movies from each day each year I was born. I got all the way through 4 hours of work and it crashed.
Oh, that's the worst.
And I could not get back. It wouldn't allow you to put things back in and all that. So I said, I'm just going to wait until I'm getting a new computer at that point, because I started getting those G thing rated, which tell you something's wrong. You're about to go on or whatever. I thought, maybe it is. The thing was overheating, so I thought, okay, I've got the fan. That started working.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, it started doing it again. I thought, maybe I've got sand, dust. So I dusted that out. That worked. And then recently, it started doing it again. So, okay, please hold out until my tax refund comes. I'm going to get a...
Yeah.
And I'm just going to get a new... I love them. They're both evil. Microsoft is one big virus, and Apple is just as bad. But I prefer Apples just because they last longer, and the fact they don't have viruses on them. And they have included with them the Apple software that most of the professionals use, including some of what got me was my professional collaborations. I know Spielberg very well, and his editor he's used, Janusz Kaminski, who's so successful. He used that software on Schindler's List. And I mean the work that's coming out of these people, that's great software.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's usually like $300-$400 You can't even get that whatever. And with this new Apple, I mean, whatever, it now comes with it for free.
Oh,
that's
nice.
good.
And so I
Yeah.
can, oh great, so I can finally get that and do that. And a refurbished Apple whatever is only about 230. That's better than 4,000, which took me
Mhm.
forever ever to save. So
Right.
so I was hoping we're holding that out. And then also real quick, just to announce before you leave, like we did do this morning. I was going to announce that we're getting kind of close to midnight anyway. Come on, I got my notes all up here. Real quick is we're doing our first next month. We're doing my first ever JTN Spring Fest. We're doing them on Tuesdays, but I'm gonna adjust them that time. I'm gonna start doing them probably around this time at 8 my time. That's about 9:10. That's good for night people if they want to join the outside replay. But we had some polls. People were voting on them and all that. It's some basically spring kind of related. And also some maybe even a horror themed spring set in spring you could do. And I put some down in the top. I also offered. I didn't get any. It's so funny. I said you can email me, you can Instagram me or Facebook me anything, any amount you want. If films that you would like to see that are not on that list. Didn't get one bite. So I was like, well, here we go. So the top vote getters were Ferris Bueller's Day Off, The Wicker Man, A Bug's Life, April Fool's Day, A League of Their Own, and and then my pick was Still Magnolias. So we've got what one was Ferris Bueller's Day Off, The Wicker Man, A Bug's Life, first animated one I've ever done on a festival, and then April Fool's Day. So two great horror films, spring themed horror
Yeah.
films.
And is that April Fool's Day, the original from '86?
Yeah, 86.
Yeah, there you go.
I haven't seen that.
It's
That's
great. It's a
fine one.
great one. I own it actually.
And then The Wicker Man. This is the original one, Peter Cushing. And
I've never seen Wicker Man either.
Yeah, I haven't either.
This is the original one, not the Nicolas Cage crap.
Mhm.
I don't like Nick Cage anyway. Oh, did I say that? Oops.
So that's and those will come up. I'll already have those up on the stream.
Nice.
Out there, so thank you very much. And
Okay.
Oh, I like Dark Crystal. That's a good movie. Jim Henson.
yes,
Mhm.
awesome.
There's
Right.
actually a documentary coming out about him. I don't know if it's on Netflix, Amazon Prime. It's on one of those, and there's going to be a documentary coming out on him.
Nice.
Awesome.
That'd be good to watch. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Well, Jason,
gotta get going. Yeah.
I gotta run, brother. This was a great time, though, and I want to say big congratulations.
Oh, you
Real
too.
proud of you, man.
Thank you. You too, and thank you. It's been an honor to have you here. And Katie
Yeah.
as well. And
Yeah, Katie, it's good to see you again, my
Good
friend.
to see you too.
Yeah, we
Missed y'all.
I
Yeah.
know, missed you too. So
We got to figure out something.
we really do. We really do. We got to figure out some kind of scheduling because it's been way too long since we were able to stream together, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll have to do like a theme night or something. I'll message
Yeah.
you. I'll message you a night, and we'll figure out something. We could do a theme night or a movie night or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
yeah,
let's do that.
we can do that in the
Sweet.
future. Some movies we haven't seen together. And
Yeah,
also,
there we go.
we can do even some private ones. I know we've been waiting for
Mm-hmm.
our private one with Waitress just for Kyle because we don't want to. It feels bad not to do it without it because he wanted it so bad to see it as well. So we'll have to figure out because I haven't had time trying to figure out how to show the movie on a private because I've tried it on a from Amazon and I've tried it from iTunes with now Apple TV or whatever. And when I test it, then I watch the private.
Yeah.
Just in private or whatever, it does not show up on the screen to play back.
Got you.
So I don't know if we have to show you a screen. We can figure out how Knight does it. Until I get when we get close to
Knight would know how to do it. I know he's done it before.
how it's done and you code it.
Yeah.
Anything I do a hard copy, which I have hard. That's why I'd love to share. My favorite foreign is Life is Beautiful, but it's not available on video at all.
Yeah.
But I actually have. I found out in my flood it got saved. I do have a hard copy of it.
Well, that's nice. That's good.
So
yeah.
DVD, and so we could do something like that. That we can do a private one on that one and all that, because you can't do a too many, because you don't want to destroy points and all that. You want to do it on the stream for everybody. So I always do some of these special ones because a lot of times people can't afford. Because some of these rentals, I mean, the musical especially, well, Waitress is one of them. Like, you can buy it now, but it's like $15, $20, or even a rent it's $15. It's like, that's expensive.
It's
And I have it on iTunes. I have it on hard copy. So somehow.
Yeah, I remember you wanted to review it, and I was like trying to find this movie, and I was like, where the heck is this movie?
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna check out. Much love to y'all.
Good night.
Yeah.
Sleep well.
Good night, guys. See ya.
Good night. Yep.
Good night.
All righty. Well, thanks for coming on, Katie.
You're welcome. Now there's two of us.
Two of us. I was just trying to go through some of the quiz I didn't know that we missed, but that's okay. I will go ahead if he guys in the chat, if you have got one and Steve didn't or Craven didn't, I'll make sure I copy and get him to him. I'll make sure we do that. And I'll get
I have to go here soon too because I'm getting sleepy. It's way past my bedtime. I'm normally in bed about this time. You could ask Val. Val will tell you.
Oh yeah, I don't have to be at work till 11, but I still got to get up early because I take the bus. So I have to leave early.
I got to take Mark to work. I have to get up at 6:30 because I take him to work. He has to be there at 8, so I get up at 6:30. Make sure he's up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you and I can still do K&K reviews. It's just it's just everything that's going on. We'll have to figure out our schedules.
Yeah, I know that we didn't want to. We didn't want to do the conversion over to the one channel.
Val. Val even said yes. Katie's up past her bedtime right now.
Yeah,
she knows that I'm usually in bed about 11 o'clock. So I'm 34 minutes past my bedtime.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm off tomorrow, so it doesn't really matter. But still.
Yeah. I don't have to be more
Tuesday nights I can stay up a little bit later, but not too much because I start getting tired.
Oh yeah. And I think we covered everything. I think most of them were just comments between the people in the chat, not.
Well, I know Eric asked a few like a while back a few questions about something about being in a shark cage or something. We missed it, but he said it, and then he asked, "Who would you watch a movie with, Jamie Lee Curtis or would you watch a movie with Neve Campbell, a horror movie?"
Oh, Neve Campbell, hands down. Yeah, that's my favorite experience I ever had was with her. I had the opportunity to meet him in Salt Lake, and it was so much fun. They were so kind and all that. The one that got me to, all of them were, but it was that Neve, because I did the first was the photo op first.
Right.
I got the photo op, did the autographs first, and she and I just started crying. I don't really know about that, but just how much she meant. She started crying because the fact that she never knew somebody my age actually loved. She appreciates the fans, and she doesn't think anybody her generation even care. Care. And I said, I've loved her since. I said the first time I ever saw her was I can't remember the name, the Party of Five, where I fell with her in the craft, and when she was with her brother, that stupid B movie was a musical parody of a propaganda film called Reefer Madness, about the dangers of marijuana is, and she was just a cameo, and she showed off her dancing chops, but her younger brother was the lead in it, and he's so talented. But she got that, and then she saw all my kids and my granddaughter were all there because they had paid for that. I had just paid just to see it. They paid a VIP package, so I'd be guaranteed to get to see all of them, and then I would have a chance to get a signature. She actually wanted to, and she wanted to meet my granddaughter. But now now all my granddaughter does. I said, when are we going to see Aunt Neve again? I'm like, oh crap, here we go again. Oh jeez. And everything else, since we got through all that, and then when it came to the photo, I knew we had to be quick. We had to be, because they're going to be, they want you in and out and all that. It was a group photo with all of them, and I said I got everything, including. She had a choice either between Dermot Mulroney or Rose. I'm like, I want Rose. I can get Dermot by the. This is the OG. Come on, almost the OG. And all that. Then it was Nev and Skeet and Jamie and Stu, and then of course
Mhm.
Rose and all that. So this was a great opportunity. And I got up there and started, and she said, "Okay, yeah, I want the whole family, kids, everybody in." And the man says, "Man, we just can't do that, whatever." She goes, "I will pay for the rest of it. Okay, do you mind?" And I'm like, I told the kids, "Miss Campbell has spoken. Move it. Don't argue with her."
Right.
So we all got there. I was,
American Turkey Burger. I've fallen asleep on live streams before.
oh yeah,
When
I
I
have.
used when I used to do it with night and they would do it this late at night, Coriander and I've fallen asleep before.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. But it was so funny with the end when I was sitting and Nev was standing and she was holding my granddaughter.
Hmm.
And Rose was right below me and Stu was sitting right next to me. And so the rest of them scaled and was standing with my kids. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Stu just like, Stu's like, "Nobody's gonna grab my butt." I'm like, "Well, don't have to ask me twice." And so he grabbed it and I held my hand and squeezed it. And just his best Stu voice is like, "Nice."
Hmm.
And it was like, "You have to forgive him. He wasn't potty trained." And then Rose, I wish I go, "Nobody got this on film. This was history making." Rose looked up at him. She goes, "Way to keep it in your pants, Weinstein." And I'm like, and all of my kids were going, "Whoa, slam!"
Hmm.
I'm like, nobody captured it on tape. This was history making. She finally got her revenge. She finally was able to get that out of her system, what he did to her. And it's like, oh my gosh, it was so funny. It's like, I'll never forget that. And when like,
Right.
this is my tribe. This is my tribe. Why couldn't I have gone to school with these people? It's like, oh my gosh, it was so funny. And she's so sweet. And so that
American
was
Turkey
really good.
Burger saying that's hilarious that I fell asleep on a stream before. Like I fell
Oh
asleep
yeah.
and then woke up.
Oh yeah. My favorite one, it's the funniest one, and my husband will never let me live it down. I was doing a double feature on Christmas, but Christmas Eve on Sesame Street and Love Actually. Big mistake that late. Big mistake. And we've gotten through Christmas Eve on Sesame Street, took a break, and then we were doing Love Actually. It started, and I don't know how long ago it was, but all of a sudden, I realized I woke up and my husband's on the floor in hysterics. I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "You've been asleep for an hour." Like, "What are you talking about? How can I be?"
Uh,
And I looked at it, so the film was like, there was like 5 minutes left. I'll finish this. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm
mhm.
sorry that, I didn't believe him. I thought, come on, somebody would have either Instagram me or somebody,
Mhm.
didn't realize there was nobody in the chat.
Oh wow.
So I said, "Well, I was doing it for replay. Let's just finish the replay." I didn't believe it. So we get it done. I got it done or whatever. And so I started looking back. I said, "What was the time that I went to sleep?" So I forwarded it there to that time
Uh-huh.
about when he said it was started. And I looked at it. I'm literally like this.
Good night, American Turkey Burger.
And
All
I
right.
was like literally like this or whatever. And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" He
Hey,
said, "You were
Ginger
that
Ninja.
late." Hey. I think I got that.
Another Jason.
Yes.
How you doing?
Hey, Ginger. Thanks, American Turkey Burger. And you were on here. Okay. Jeez Louise. Okay, there we go. Ginger, welcome. Glad you made it. And,
All right. Well, I gotta get off here. I'm getting sleepy.
yeah, to myself. But other than that, I think that's all yet. And we've got also next, I think the only thing next week we've got is also on the 30th. On Tuesday, it's going to be out starting about uh, 8 o'clock. It's a short 1 hour and 35 minutes. It's free on YouTube with ads. And it's not that with YouTube you could skip the ads. And it's doing the Murder by Death. That's Steven's favorite one. And with Neil Simon, it's really funny.
Ginger says
And
I come in and everybody leaves.
I know. Yeah, I'm gonna go too, guys.
Well,
It's close to
it's the
midnight.
time zone. It's the time zone difference. You guys are. It's morning there now, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, and especially in Australia. Oh, I wish I want to visit
Yeah,
Australia.
isn't it morning there or is it afternoon, Ginger? I don't know.
But yeah. So I think that's the only other option, and I'll have those announced pretty soon here, the dates on the
I don't know if it's morning or afternoon there. It's midday.
midday. Yeah.
So it's probably like noon or like 1 or 2 there. Hi, Cal.
Hey, Cal. Hey, Cal. Thanks for dropping by and watch us in the replay, and we'll be available. All righty. Well, we'll go ahead and end this real quick. Thank you all for being here that were in the chat. And Katie and all that, and Knight, thanks all for dropping by. And real quick here. And
Have a good night, everybody.
yeah, good night, everybody. Just remember, please don't ever forget, that you are enough. You are more than enough. It is amazing how enough you really are. And please don't forget that you are of infinite worth. You are needed. You are needed. This world needs you in it. And don't ever let the foolish out there steal your bliss. Until next time, this is Jason Nice One, and thank you, Hey Pop, for being here. And
You're
I'll
welcome.
talk with
Good
you.
night, everybody. Love you all.
Soon. Good night, everybody. See you all.